Part 1. Beginnings. In the midst of a vast universe of stars and galaxies, there exists a little speck called planet Earth. This speck travels around a small star called Sun and is covered with water and land. Water in the form of oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams. Land in the form of mountains, hills, valleys, mesas, and plains. God created the land and the water, the sun, the stars, the galaxies, everything. God loves the whole universe, and God loves planet Earth. The Creator loves everything on this planet, including a very mysterious thing called life. We cannot explain life. It does things like breathe, reproduce, eat, change, grow, and finally die to nourish other life. Life is amazing. It comes in two forms, plants and animals, each with infinite variety. God once created a special form of animal life to dwell on Earth, a being which would consciously enjoy the Creator and would help the Creator take care of planet Earth. God called this special being human, meaning earth creature or creature of the soil. These partner creatures enjoyed God and helped the Creator take care of the beautiful garden called Earth. They lived in friendship with God, with each other, and with all creation. God smiled. What joy! The little speck called Earth worked. Everything was in balance as each part fit into the whole. All had enough, and the partner creatures loved God and helped God. The Creator looked at Earth and said, Tov. It's Tov. Very Tov. Tov means good in Hebrew. God's celebration was disrupted when the earth creatures decided they could find joy in ways other than living as partners with God. Humans decided to find joy by becoming big deals. How did humans know if they were big deals? They knew by bossing other humans around, by piling up stuff, by dominating nature, and by reaching glorious heights of health and beauty and knowledge. They also knew by having more points than the other humans in their scoring systems. Humans gathered into groups, clans, tribes, and nations. These collections of humans became extremely enthused about their group being better than other groups. Thus, humans invented oppression and war. Oppression involves setting up a system so one group can use another group for its own advantage. War involves killing humans in another group until they surrender. War provides an obvious way to know which group is best. The winners are always the biggest deals. God groaned. Planet Earth groaned. All living things groaned. The whole universe, its harmony disrupted by the egoism of the human species, wept, and sorrow filled the cosmos. God thought about destroying planet Earth, or at least snuffing out the humans. One snap of divine fingers and the rebellion on this planet would no longer upset the whole universe. However, when considering the destruction of the human race, God wept and said, I will not. Can a mother destroy her child, her delight, her joy? God thought of another way. The Creator said, I'll open the sky and I will reveal my splendor. I will terrorize the human species into submission. God thought for a while and then cried out, I will not, I cannot. Then I would use their method, acting like a big deal. I desire friends and partners. I do not want groveling subjects. The Creator, in passionate love, decided on another way. It is a long story, a story of friendship, passion, promise, disappointment, hope, and self-giving love. It's a story of God mending the universe. Once upon a time, God was vexed with a nation called Egypt. In this nation, a big deal pharaoh was on top. In the middle were various big deals and ordinary citizens. On the bottom were the slaves who lived under heavy oppression. The slaves were descendants of early believers in God, descendants of Abraham, Sarah, Rebekah, Isaac, Leah, Rachel, and Jacob. Because of the slave labor, the big deals of Egypt lived in ease and luxury. The Pharaoh, who thought he owned everything, depended on the priests and military to keep the whole system going and to maintain the status quo. Everyone, including the slaves, considered Egypt to be eternal. God detested this system. The slaves, moaning under the brutal oppression, cried out to God. God heard their cry and recruited a reluctant man named Moses, a relative of the slaves, to help with the liberation. Through Moses and his sister Miriam and his brother Aaron, God irritated the big deal Pharaoh until Pharaoh cried, "Get out of Egypt! Out! Out! Out!" Before they left, the slaves ate a special dinner called Passover. They would share this meal over and over to relive and remember the wondrous event of their salvation. The former slaves followed Moses, Aaron, and Miriam out of Egypt and to the east. Suddenly, Pharaoh changed his mind about letting these people go. With his army, he chased them and trapped them at the shore of the sea. The liberator God, aware of the people's plight, blew on the water, and the former slaves walked across on dry ground. The army of Pharaoh pursued, but got stuck in the mud. The people were now free. Moses, Aaron, Miriam, and all the people sang this song of liberation. Let us sing to Yahweh, for Yahweh has triumphed gloriously. The horse and rider have been thrown into the sea. Yahweh is our strength and our song. Yahweh has become our salvation. Yahweh thought and thought, now that I have birthed a people, what shall I do with them? What shall I do? Yahweh thought of a wonderful plan. Yahweh said, I will tenderly raise this child people. I will teach them how to live as mature partners with me. The nations of the world will notice how these people live. They will see how joyful life can be. Tired of war, oppression, and greed, they will ask these people to teach them how to live. Through these people, I will teach all nations to live as partners with me. And then the day of shalom will come to all humans and to the whole of creation. Knowing the heartbreaks ahead, the Creator Liberator went to work on the plan. God's first step was to lead the child people into the wilderness. This precarious land would become God's classroom, the place where the people would learn to live.